Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. At least the shop's a little cleaner. I can walk across the floor without tripping over something. Big plus. Having that big camera tripod is enough of an impediment for movement around this little room without having stuff piled on the floor randomly. Now that we've got the drill out of it, let's take the chuck off. That's the two major components. The chuck jaws are made to grip the tang. You notice there's a hollow spot in there. If you put the tang down in there far enough, it captures itself in that hollow spot and grips it real tightly. If you try and grab it like this, it pinches it out like a grape seed. Same thing if you try and grip it like that. You always want to put the tang into the chuck so that it goes into the jaws like that. It locks it in solid. Now this is a ball bearing chuck. There's a race of ball bearings underneath this that allows it to grip a little tighter. It spins a little easier and puts more pressure on this and clamps it down tighter. The issue that we got today when I picked this up at the sale, this screw was loose. I tightened it up with my thumb just so I would make sure and not drop that out as I was walking around. You got a little washer there, and then this is the gear wheel that the ratchet goes on. Pulls here and won't let it turn. There's a little D-shaped washer in there. That D-shaped washer is made so that it won't spin on the top of that. And that's what this screw rides against. Well, we've got that disassembled. To get this part off, I'd have to drive that pin out, and I think discretion's going to be the better part of valor on that one, and we're just going to not do that. Now this part is held on with 3 screws into the palm. They're just wood screws. But we want to be careful with them and not strip them out, because the only option you have then is drilling 3 new holes or trying to fix those stripped out holes. And it's a lot easier just to be careful when you're working with it. Well, that's threaded on there too, so the screws keep it from unthreading. A little metal button in the bottom down there acts as a wear plate. Push against that when you're driving on it. And this is threaded on the inside. Not very well, but it does have threads. And it's supposed to thread onto that. I think somebody has kind of boogered that up over time. There's thread on there, it just doesn't tighten up. Now this wooden handle is usually slipped onto this when it's straight, and then the bars are bent. I'm not going to straighten these bars out to get that off, so we're just going to not damage that if we possibly can. And this is riveted together, so taking that rivet off doesn't sound like a great plan either. Although it might be a good idea to tighten that up by shortening that, making up for all the wear and damage on these pieces. Because like most things, people don't take care of them. This little hole right here is supposed to be where you put oil in it. But that hasn't been done for a long, long time. I can put oil in there now. I could put oil in the top and put the palm button back on. But I think it might be a worthwhile effort to go ahead and file off that rivet there. And then disassemble that thing. We'll save that for tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to take a big risk here, and I'm going to disassemble this thing, because there's a bazillion little ball bearings in there. And to prevent losing them, I'm going to take this folded piece of toweling, and this way, hopefully, when the ball bearings fall out of here, they won't take off on me. There they are up in the top. how many are there? 20, 21, 22, 23 of them. Make sure there isn't any stuck in here somewhere that I didn't see. Yep, 23 of them. So now I've got everything disassembled. I need to clean it. More little ball bearings. 11, 12 of them. And that just filled the race. Good. Now in the morning, I'm going to set up a bath and clean this in some grease lightning. Get the grease off of it. Still got a little bit of nickel plating on there, but I imagine that's going to go south pretty quickly. We're going to take a wire brush to this and clean off the paint and the rust we can get to. No, I'm not going to drive those out. We're going to clean this up mechanically and then try and chemically clean the inside of it as much as we can by dipping it in the grease lightning, but I'm not going to drive that pin out. That looks like a sure method of causing problems because the pin only goes in from this side. It's not designed to ever come out again. I don't have a slop sink, so I have to improvise. But we can take all these little bits and pieces here and drop them down into that tank and get them cleaned up. Now these little parts I'll wash out in this tray. But they all have to sit and soak for a while. Loosen up the grease and crap on them. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.